Hey everybody, welcome to another thrifting haul video. It's actually part 2 of 2 as I uploaded part 1 yesterday. So if you missed that, go back and check it out. Not that they're connected other than just that it's a bunch of stuff I picked up during the month of July and early August. Again, as I mentioned in my video yesterday, I've been very sick most of July, and I also just wanted like a vacation, and I also moved into my own apartment, so I just had a lot of stuff going on. But I'm happy to say I'm back in some way. Yesterday was a thrifting haul video. Today is part 2 of that thrifting haul video. And then I don't know what's going to happen. I'm thinking I'm going to do like a first time watch kind of thing. I watched 2 movies recently that I had never seen. That's A Mommy Dearest and Society. So those are 2 movies I'd like to talk about. So those could be coming at the end of the week or perhaps even early next week. So stick around for those. I do have a lot of stuff to cover in this. And I also want to have a disclaimer that I may have featured some of this stuff in another video. I cannot remember for the life of me. And I didn't have the time nor the energy to go back and see which ones I had covered. So if I repeat a few, my apologies. You can skip ahead. We're going to start off with VHS, then we're going to do some DVDs, and then I'm going to be showing you some Blu-rays that I picked up. So yeah, let's get right into it. So the first thing I got up is a show I've never actually watched, but anytime I see weird kid shows on VHS, I usually grab them just because, I don't know, I just like to. This one is called Toonsylvania. I'm sure you 90s kids, I think, or early 2000s, this was probably one of your shows. This is a Steven Spielberg production, I guess. I don't know anything about this. It has a runtime of 82 minutes, so it must be a bunch of episodes, but it looked kind of funny and fun, so I grabbed that. Up next, I got Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn. This is the Anchor Bay edition from 1998, the clamshell. So I picked that one up. I do have a copy up there somewhere, but it's not a clamshell. So I grabbed that. I got my first Texas Chainsaw Massacre VHS tape the other day. This is Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. Check this out. Yeah, this was a cool find. I did not have any Texas Chainsaw VHS tapes in my collection, so I was happy to add that. This is the one with Renee Zellweger and Matthew McConaughey. This... Just try to see what this is. This is from a company called CFP Video from 1997, it says. Leatherface crosses Divine with Hannibal Lecter, says the New York Post. So I have this movie on DVD. I've seen the movie, but I grabbed it for my horror VHS collection. The next one up I got is a kind of a replacement. So I already have this in my collection April Fool's Day, but the copy I have is moldy, so I decided to grab this one because it's not. Oh yeah, I forgot this has, what's her name in it? Is that Amy Steele? You guys can tell me in the comments below. I love her. She was in one of the Friday the 13th movies. This is not one of my favorite movies. I actually saw this when I was a lot younger, and I didn't really like it, and I got a copy of it on VHS. I did manage to watch the moldy copy, which probably don't recommend for your VCRs, but I rewatched it and I still don't quite get it. I think I just don't get it. I think it's maybe supposed to be funny, but I just didn't really find it funny. But yeah, got that anyway. And then this one I actually tried to play last night and nothing was on the screen, so I think this might be broken. This is another copy of Nightmare on Elm Street, which I grabbed because I'm hoping maybe I can trade for something else that I want, because I already have this on my... I think I have this in my collection. I have like 3 or 4 different versions of this movie. This is the digitally remastered version from, I want to say like the late 90s, if I'm not mistaken. It has an extra feature, the original theatrical trailer and an interview with writer-director Wes Craven. So yeah, I don't know. That did not play on my VHS player, but my VCR. But anyway, if I can get it working, I will hopefully trade that with somebody else for something that I would rather have, or somebody that wants that. Send me a message. So we're moving on to DVDs now. The first one up, the first three I got, oh, wait. The first three I got, I actually got today, as of the recording of this video today. So the first one up I got was one I had on VHS a couple years ago, and I got rid of it. I don't know why I got rid of it. I think maybe I don't know. I think it was okay. It's a movie called I Saw What You Did and I Know Who You Are, starring Joan Crawford and John Ireland. This is from William Castle. This is an Anchor Bay from 1999, it looks like. So this was an early Anchor Bay DVD. I did watch the VHS of this a couple of years ago, and I thought it was pretty cool. So I found this at a flea market for $1, so I grabbed it. Has a cool artwork, poster art there. If that's just like a, yeah, it's just a chapter card. But yeah, I remember watching this on VHS a couple of years ago when I found it, and I thought it was okay. So I thought, I'll give it another rewatch. Maybe it'll stay in my collection. Maybe I'll move it along. The next one I got today at the flea market was the American Folk Blues Festival, the British Tours, 1963 to 1966, featuring Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf, and Sonny Boy Williamson. I have another one of these in my collection. I'm not sure which one it is, and I don't know how many of these there are, but I believe this is, yeah, this is all live performances. Also on here is Lonnie Johnson, Lightning Hopkins, Sister Rosetta Tharpe, a whole bunch of great performers. I love some old blues stuff, so grab this. This was $5, which is a bit more than I think I said it was $1. It was actually $5. But you just don't see that stuff around much, so I decided to grab it. I did get this one for $1, and I don't know, you might laugh, but James Bond Octopussy, also starring, what was her name? She was beautiful, Maud Adams. I'm on a bit of a James Bond thing. I don't know. I was in the car the other day and I was listening to Duran Duran's Greatest Hits, and the song View to a Kill came on, and I was like, do I remember that movie? I think I was thinking of the music video, and I was thinking, oh, I remember the music video, but I was thinking I saw the movie. I actually picked up the movie as well, so I picked up 2 James Bond this past week. I watched A View to a Kill, and I don't know. I didn't think it was all that good. It had Christopher Walken in it, which was kind of a bonus. And also, oh, what's her name? Tanya Roberts, rest in peace. Grace Jones was in there as well, and Patrick McNee, who I really like. But, so I did grab this the other day. I watched it. I think the music video by Duran Duran was maybe better than the movie, but it was okay. And then I haven't seen this one in years and years and years, so I grabbed this for $1 at the flea market. I might be on a James Bond kick, although I really only like Roger Moore. I can't say I really like a lot of the other James Bondses, but probably some Sean Connery, but I don't know. I'm not like a mega fan, but I did see, what was the one in, that's not the one in outer space, is it? No. I saw the one that was set in outer space, Moonraker. I saw that in the theater with my parents when I was like 8 or 9 years old, and I thought it was cool, but I did rewatch that a couple of years ago, and I thought it was really cheesy. I'd actually rather watch the Austin Powers when they go to space, but the next one up I got, now this and the next one might be ones that I've already shown off, and if I did, I apologize, but it's The Strangers Pray at Night, which is a sequel to The Strangers. I don't know how many of these movies there are. I know there was a newer one that came out recently. But yeah, I grabbed this one. I actually didn't mind this one. And that's why I feel like I may have, although I don't remember this, I may have talked about this before. So again, if I did, apologies. But yeah, I would actually recommend this if you like the original Strangers. I thought this one was like low. I'd say the budget was a little lower, but it was still like pretty fun if you like those home invasion kind of ones. This one took place at like a bunch of cottages or something, as if I recall. I did watch it like a month ago, but I just noticed it came with a little, well, the digital code, but on the back it has an ad for Hereditary. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, I don't know. I may not end up keeping this movie, but it was a fine a fine one-time watch. This one, yeah, you'll probably, again, I don't know if I featured this one on a different thrifting haul, but it's the remake of A Nightmare on Elm Street, directed by Samuel Bayer, produced by Michael Bay, who did like the Transformers movies. Jackie Earle Haley as Freddy Krueger. It also had, what's her name in there? I can't remember. Oh, Rooney Mara was in this. And I thought I heard somebody say that she retired after doing this movie because this movie did so bad and was so hated, but I don't know if that's true or not. But I did rewatch this. It really isn't that good. Most of those ones I don't really like. The Friday the 13th remake was just like very, very average, but that one's not very good. It really isn't. I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend watching it. Just stick with the original. I mean, yeah. The next one up I got was one that I had heard a lot about but never seen, and that's Jamie Lee Curtis in Blue Steel from 1989. I actually really like this movie as well. It's a cop thriller. I won't give away what happens in the movie, but yeah, it was really good. I heard a lot of people kind of praise this movie. I think it came out on Blu-ray or 4K like last year or the year before, and so everybody was talking about it around that time. And so I found it and I watched it and I liked it, so I will keep that one. The next one up I got is pretty cool. This is Ultraman Series 1 Volume 2. Obviously it's got a cool foil cover on it. I really don't know a lot about Ultraman. I've seen some of these ones and I enjoyed them, but I'm not like a mega fan, but I did watch it just for, you know, some rainy Sunday afternoon. I'll pop it on. It's on, comes in like three little, one of those little skinny cases. And I think if I'm not mistaken, this is put out by BCI, something or other. Okay, so inside each, I can show you if you want. Inside each one has the episode guide. Which is cool, but I know one of these cases has something pretty cool in it, and I didn't know until I got it home. Here's the disc. This is disc 1, and I assume this is the episode guide here, which is pretty nicely done actually, because it has like the descriptions and it has like photos and stuff like that of the particular episodes. But inside this one, well, actually, I'll show you the last disc first. And then I'll show you the cool bonus that came in this. So, yeah, and then this one, for some reason, just came with, like, a chapter card, so... But anyway. These, I believe, are... Yeah, this is from 1966, so this is, like, the OG Ultraman, which is probably what I prefer to watch. But inside one of the cases came these cool collector cards, which I thought were really cool. They'd almost be cool, like if you had a few more of them, it'd become almost cool to like frame them and put them up on the wall. They're kind of cool. Again, I'm very inexperienced with most of that stuff. I'm just kind of like, I've watched some of it, but there's so many different series of Ultraman. It's kind of daunting to jump into it. But what I've seen, I've liked. I like the monsters. I like Ultraman. So yeah, so I grabbed this. I think it was $5 or $6, so not a bad find. The next one up, one I've never seen and one I don't know. Garbage Pail Kids. Did you guys see this one? This is the MGM edition. I'm assuming oh, sorry, the DVD's from 2005, the movie's from 1987. I've never seen this, but I've heard lots about it. I'm sure some of you out there are like, oh God, don't watch this. But it's supposed to be like Garbage Pail Kids from the trading cards in the 80s, which I didn't get into because by then I was an older teenager and not into that kind of stuff. But I remember my younger sister had those around. I guess they were trying to make them look cute, but so the story goes, they're actually like really terrifying. So I don't know. It says it doesn't get any grosser than this, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't get any worse than this. This is supposed to be real bad, but you know me, I love my cult movies, so I had to grab that one. And then finally on DVD, I got a present from my good friend Gary Flanagan. This is a film called The Grey Fox, starring Richard Farnsworth. You might recognize him from the CBC adaptation of Anne of Green Gables. This is based on a true story about Bill Miner, who was a stagecoach robber, and this is his life story and some of his famous robberies and things like that. I won't tell you what happened in the end, but I saw this a couple of years ago, well, several years ago on streaming when I was going through one of my Western phases, and I saw this and I really liked it. It's a Canadian production. It's put out by Famous Players Limited from, oh gosh, 1982. This is a Kino Lorber release or edition. So yeah, thanks to Gary for sending that. There's a little note from Gare. Really happy to add that to my collection, to my Western collection. And then finally for Blu-rays, I've got a few Blu-rays. Most of these I ordered off Amazon. And again, my apologies if I featured these before. The first one up is 1976 King Kong on Blu-ray. Pretty cool. And what's really cool on the inside is, yeah, you guessed it, the original poster art, which features King Kong standing on the Twin Towers. Which, of course, they don't put that artwork on any of the editions anymore, sadly, because it's probably one of my favorite pieces of artwork. I don't think I have the... Anyway, I did watch this. It has some extra footage in it, which I don't know if it really did much else for me. I already loved this movie anyway. This was the first movie I ever saw in the movie theater when I was at the tender age of 6 years old. My stepdad took me, and I was floored, and the rest is history, and I've talked about that. Next one up I got, which I mentioned in yesterday's Thrifting Haul video, is The New Adventures of Batman, the Complete Collection. This is another one of those 70s, look at the, I think it's Filmation. This is another one of those 70s Batman cartoons, which I'm a total sucker for. I love. I was a kid in the 70s, so I grew up on all of these shows, and as cheesy as some of them are, I still love them. You can almost hear Joker's voice. I don't know who did his voice in these, but yeah. This one, unfortunately, has a side character called Batmite. I don't know if you remember this guy. He was like a little bat monkey or something. Really annoying. Unfortunately, so far, all the episodes I've watched, he's in it, but yeah, whatever. It's okay. This was put out by Warner Brothers in DC. See if I could find a year on it, but I don't see one. But yeah, I've watched several episodes of this, much like the other Batman one I showed yesterday. It's pretty good. It's a nostalgia for me. It's a little rush of nostalgia. This next movie is one that I had seen once on streaming and instantly fell in love with it. And that is the 1993 film Cemetery Man. I got the Blu-ray. This is put out by Severin Films. I feel like I'm not going all boutique-y on you guys, although I did get a few this time around. But yeah, this is a really cool movie. I had never seen this up until probably about 6 months ago. I watched it, fell in love with it. It's really good. I mean, it's really fun. It's like a horror, takes place in a cemetery, but it's got like a lot of like, I kind of thought a lot about Evil Dead, like Evil Dead 2 kind of vibes. It had a lot of comedy in it and stuff. Speaking of horror comedies, I also upgraded my Return of the Living Dead to the 4K put out by Scream Factory, which I did actually watch, and it looks beautiful. As I mentioned in yesterday's video, I finally got a 4K player. Unfortunately, this disc arrived from Amazon with the, I don't know if you guys experienced this, the things break. So the disc is kind of just hanging out, unfortunately. I'll just take it out so you can see it. There's some funny artwork there. There's Buddy with his eyes all burned out from the acid. And then the other one is a Blu-ray with special features on it, and it features the punk rockers in the car. So yeah, I upgraded this from my DVD, so kind of sad to almost get rid of my DVD though. It's the old snapper case. But yeah, this was really good. This is, I think this might be the first 4K I actually watched on my player. One of my all-time favorites. So I had to upgrade it, and I'm thinking that's kind of what I'm going to do, is probably make like curate a list of my favorite movies that are available on 4K, and then I'll just get those. And finally, speaking of which, or no, I should say I've got one more after this, but I also upgraded my Creepshow to 4K, and I also watched this in 4K, and it was stunning. Another one of my, like, Return of the Living Dead, King Kong, Creepshow, like, these are all some of my favorite movies. If you could get the original Star Wars trilogy on 4K unaltered, then I'd be a very happy camper, but that's probably never going to happen. But yeah, so I am kind of probably subconsciously collecting my absolute favorites on 4K if they're available on 4K. But yeah, you could check out the beautiful artwork there. That was the little boy in the movie, was I believe was Stephen King's son. But yeah, I watched this in 4K, and I was just like, it was falling in love with it all over again. So, and then finally, I shouldn't end on a sour note, but I ordered this off of. I'm trying to remember if I talked about this one before, but I ordered this off of Amazon. It's Tales from the Crypt and Vault of Horror double feature from Scream Factory. They said in the ad it was a Blu-ray, ordered it, and then when it arrived, yes, in fact, a Blu-ray case, but inside some bizarre tomfoolery going on. They sent me the 2 movies on DVD inside, so needless to say, I was quite pissed off when this came. The spindle inside is not big enough to hold 2 discs, so this was flopping all around. It's all scratched. I tested both of the discs just out of curiosity. They do actually both play, so I was able to watch them. I'm not chasing the guys who sold me this. Karma will catch up with you. I really want to say a bad word, but I'm not going to. But yeah, I got it mainly for Tales from the Crypt because I love that movie. But I'll hold on to this. This will be a place marker till I find the actual Blu-ray in the Blu-ray case. But you know, people just don't lie to people. It's just really cheesy. But yeah, that was my that was part 2 of 2 thrifting haul video after a long absence from YouTube. I'm sort of happy to be back. I've sort of enjoyed the break a little bit, and I've sort of just been watching movies for fun. Been watching a lot of my favorites and things like that, and just kind of chilling. Like I said, I got a new apartment all to myself, so I've just been kind of enjoying the quiet and the just the quiet time, because I'm a huge introvert who needs to recharge their batteries after being around people. So yeah, that's it for today. Let me know in the comments below if you liked any of those movies, or if those are on your wish list. If you want to trade that, what was I saying that, well, I'm going to test the Nightmare on Elm Street VHS on my other VCR just to see if it's actually the tape or whatever. But if that does work, I will be wanting to trade that with somebody for a different tape or DVD or Blu-ray. So I do have a wish list somewhere. Now that I've moved, everything's all crazy, and my movie collection is all upside down. I'm actually filming this video from my previous residence, which I still sort of live here a bit because it's my family's house. My mom, my sister, that is. So I guess they're gracious enough to let me leave my VHS collection here for now until I make some space at my new place. But yeah, so probably my next videos I'll be recording at my apartment in some fashion, so it'll probably be a little less cool looking than this, but anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you again to everybody for your patience waiting for me to come back, and for all the nice comments of support from people. And I hope to do, like I said, some first-time watch kind of review videos, just talking about the movies, and that'll be coming soon, either the end of this week or next week, so stick around for that, and my apologies if it gets delayed. But like I said, it is a bit of a transitionary time in my world, so. But there are lots of great channels out there. Red Letter Media, Minty Comedic Arts, deadpit.com. There's so many good, Miranda's movie thing. There's so many good channels on YouTube that I watch all the time. So there's no lack of content if you love physical media. So, but I hope you will come back and stay tuned for new videos coming soon. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I will see you at the video store or at the thrift store or just out and about somewhere. But until next time, take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video.